Well, good afternoon. Pinch punch, first of the month and all that, 1st of December. Hence the reason why we've not got any decorations up at this moment in time, but they will be coming up as well. Welcome back to that Tenerife vlogcast. It's me, Rick. I'm at the home at the moment. I'm doing this introduction the day after I actually managed to get a chat to speak to Dean and Joe from Princess Dice. Thank you very much, guys, for having us up there. See how busy you guys were. Decided to have a look at some of the bars that I think are making a big effect in the area. They're having a big impact really in the south of Tenerife, and I think you'll find this one an interesting one. If you do like the vlogcast, do us a favour, please do not forget to like it, and do not forget to subscribe as well. They're important for it to keep going, and see if it can reach a couple of people, and see if we can share it as well. But I hope you enjoy it, and hopefully we'll get another one done before Christmas. And yeah, we'll take it further from there. So thanks a lot for listening. Cheers.
Tenerife, adelante, nuestra noble tradición tienes que defender, porque lleva tu bandera.
Yes, so here we are, back down to another one. We are down now at Princess Dice, the famous Princess Dice. I've managed, I tried to get Joe as well, but I couldn't get hold of Joe, but I managed to get hold of Dean. Dean, thank you very much for spending some time talking to me.
No problem.
Thank you very much. We're down here, and, you know, it's a bit of a sad state of affairs at the moment because we're closed.
Yes.
And we're closed, and we're closed for a reason, which I'm sure you're going to tell me about that at the moment. But just a bit of an idea about Dice now. How long have you had Dice?
We've had Dice about 18 months now.
About 18 months?
18 months, yeah.
Because before Dice, you were also down on this area, weren't you? Were you on the other side?
I was above.
You're above?
I was in the world famous Brewers group.
The Wolf, and how long did you have Brewers Group for?
About 8.5 years.
So you've gone from you've gone from a successful bar, the Brewers Group, because that's also, well, just for the people who don't know, we're actually down on a place called the Patch. It's in Las Americas. It's in the start of the Veronicas, just further on down the road to the Veronicas. But we're on the famous area of the Patch,
yes.
Which is really good. And the Brewers Group's been there for 8.5 years. And you started that up with, is it yourself and Joe?
Yeah, and my good friend Dean from Bad Bob's, we rented it for.
Oh, so you know year. Dean from Bad Bob? Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, we done it as three of us, and I don't know how we come about getting it. I think what happened. Mark was ill, who owns it.
Yeah.
And they asked me to run it for them. Which previously in the UK I was a publican, and I come over here not to run a pub. But I've never worked for anybody. I've only ever worked for myself.
Oh,
so
right, okay.
I wouldn't work for nobody, so I just said I'll rent it.
Right.
And that's how we come about.
So 8.5 years you ran the Brewers,
yeah,
and it was successful. Is that pace the size compared to this one?
This is double the size.
This is double the size.
Yeah, double the size inside and double the size outside. Probably more than double the size outside.
Because one of the things, the people know about me is I'm up on the Gulf del Sur area, and I didn't really know much about the town, to be honest with you. It's more Shelley's thing about the town. But the Brewers was actually was Dice actually here as well beforehand?
Yes, this was closed. This used to open over winter. It used to be called Kippy's Bar.
Kippy's
Bar, yeah.
Oh, right, okay.
It was a people from like Finland and places like that come here just for the winter.
Oh, right, okay.
And the fella rented it had it open for 4 to 5 months, but rented it for the year.
Right.
But only opened it for 4 to 5 months.
Really? So he made as much money in the 4 to 5 for them?
Yeah. Then I think that the Kippy himself, I think his dad died, and he had to run the restaurants where he comes from, and he didn't take it over this particular year. That we looked at it 2 or 3 years previously.
So how long was it closed for?
As far as I know, I've lived on Tenerife for 12 years, and it's been closed for that long. It's been closed 15, maybe 20 years. I don't really know.
Well, I didn't know about that, because to me, it's like, as I said, I mean, I've been on off the island now for 30 years, but I've been predominantly up at the Gulf del Sur area, and I always knew Princess Di's was down here. But I didn't know it was shut for that length of time.
Yeah, all the time we had Brewers, it was never open. Only for the 4 months for the winter period for kippies.
Yeah.
But that wasn't. That had its own market, and after the 4 months it shut. That was it then.
That's incredible. And so you decided at the end, okay, Brewers Group. Did it run its course, or did you just see another opportunity? How did it grow? How did it grow? The idea to go, I'll tell you what, I'm going to move from upstairs over to here.
We probably, because obviously after about 2 or 3 years, Dean left. He went back to Bad Bob, so it's just me and Joe. We took a trespasso on it then.
Right.
So we took it for the full term. It come to the renewal of the lease.
Yeah.
We pretty much had a chat, me and Joe, and we outgrew it, if anything.
You outgrew the Brewers?
Yeah, we outgrew it. Had a few issues regarding the council, noise, bits and pieces, ceiling height, just different bits and pieces.
Just niggly little things?
Yeah, so this was always niggling in the back of our heads, because we rented the Brewers, but we could buy this as a freehold.
Right, yeah. So business-wise, that makes more sense.
Yes, so
right.
we are business people, so we looked at this, and it was a no-brainer. Although there was a lot of money to keep, because this has got a full opening license on it, and not many places. I think there's 3 on the patch that have actually got that.
Right.
So we took that on, and to keep the full open license cost us an absolute fortune, but it was worth it.
The rules and regulations must be so daunting.
But very much so. Right up until the day before we thought we would finished, we was working with an engineer from Arona Council, and everything he said we done. We jumped through hoops if we had to. Then right to the last day, it was the porchway was 3 inches too small, so we had to have a new porchway.
The porchway here it's 3 inches too small. That's a regulation that they make. Look,
Yeah.
Joe's. Hi, Joe. Give us a shout. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, Joe's not coming on today, but she's in the background as well. But the porchway was 3 inches too short.
Because you have to have it whereas you can turn a wheelchair.
Oh, right.
Inside it. So we've done it. Then
Now, to be honest, before we say that, it sounds to me like you're behaving, because somebody said you're going to blank the expletives out. I bet you were expleting on that one. I bet you were swearing when you found that out.
Yeah, most definitely. Although, I wasn't really hands-on. Joe was hands-on for that. When it comes to anything building work, that's Joe. That's
Really?
Yeah, most definitely. We've had 7 pubs, and she's refurbished every single one of them.
Bloody hell. That's incredible.
Yeah, she's although we had a big crew of builders in here,
Yeah.
and an engineer from Arona Council, she was in here every day from 6 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night. Then she'd open upstairs after that.
So not only do you get the keys to the place, I mean, that must be daunting enough, but then the day that you finally manage to get all your licences and all the building work done, and eventually you can go, right, I'm going to shut the doors on this one, I'm going to open the doors on here.
Exactly what we done.
That was 18 months ago.
Yeah.
How did that feel?
Obviously, we've been upstairs for...
You must have walked past this place so many times knowing that it's yours.
Well, at the end of the day, we are 16 stairs away from the Brewers Group, and that's what it is, and it was daunting because we had a successful business upstairs. So to move it, although only 16 steps, seems
Massive
like
16 steps.
miles, didn't it?
Knocking them.
But it was something we had to do. So, and we literally shut one night and reopened the next day downstairs, and the Brewers Group was shut. And
that's incredible.
Yeah.
And that's still shut.
That's still shut. Yeah.
That's still so. You and all your clientele have all moved down.
Yeah. We've had clientele's been fantastic. They've followed us and supported us so much. It's unbelievable. And new clients as well. Who used to use this 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Coming back, and especially old sort of acts that are on the island. This is where they should drink after work. And
one of the things that we do, or I've tried to do anyway, is the people that I want to speak to in Tenerife are the ones that are predominantly actually, pushing forward, always pushing forward and trying to improve. Best for the island, best for the businesses, best for themselves, positive attitudes. The idea of this place here, Princess Di's, are you actually now aware that the name that Princess Di's holds now in this area, in this community, based on, I want to say success rate, it's not just a success, but it's like people hold, I from Gulf del Sur, hold this place in high esteem. I know Princess Di's is the big place down on the patch.
Yeah, it's, we didn't know, obviously, so we've never seen it open, but since we've owned it, people are talking to us about the man we bought it off of. He's had it since 1983.
Yeah.
So he'd had it, you know, I think this is the good times now, but he probably had it the better times.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you're being humble there, because the fact is, he's saying about the names carried. It's not the name; it's the people like yourself. It's Joe and you, Dean. It's you're the guys that are actually pushing this through.
Yeah,
and you're the ones that are actually getting this now. I mean, your social media, I see it all over. I see it all over Facebook. What's going on, and you know, Tenerife is predominantly a Facebook island. Really, anything that gets promoted gets done on Facebook.
Yeah, definitely.
And the stuff that you're driving through from 18 months ago, that the speed or the traction that this place has generated.
Yeah.
You know, it's renowned for being great nights out throughout the week. This is pre-COVID. Obviously, we're talking about from here. The best acts. We just had to cut that one a little bit short because, as always, even though the business is closed, the telephone's always going. You will not believe how hard it was to try and get you two actually tied down to come and have a chat with me. You won't believe it. I must have hounded you, and I don't know if Joe's in the background, but apologies to actually hound you. But again, for me, I did think it was one of those ones where I think you've got a story here that needs to be told. I think the place looks amazing.
Thank you.
It looks really, really good, and you know, you must be proud of. I mean, the bar behind. You see the bar? I think it just looks. It's a fantastic atmosphere when this place is up on full throttle.
Most definitely.
Yeah, which at the moment we're gonna
struggle.
Yeah. Let me just talk about. I mean, obviously you opened the bar. You've had it maybe for a year, was it? And then you had to close it. COVID.
Yeah, just before the year. Yeah. We didn't actually reach the year anniversary.
You didn't reach the year anniversary.
No.
Oh.
The year anniversary was May 17, and we shut March. So it's just something that happened, and you got to deal with it. Unfortunately, you know, it's no point me jumping up and down, stamping my feet.
We all know about COVID, and COVID's happened for everybody. We've all got our own things about that. Did you have a good COVID, by the way?
Fantastic. The time was nice. It was good.
It was forced holidays, wasn't it? It was a forced holiday. It was ridiculous.
So financially, no.
No, I don't think anybody did financially, but it was a good COVID. When it finished and the lockdown ended, some bars decided to open up.
Yeah.
Some bars decided not to. You guys decided to open up.
We opened up on July 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how was that decision for yourself to go, we're going to do this again?
Because you have to test the water. You have to put your toe in the water. If you don't, then you're always going to be last.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been last at anything. You've always got to push yourself, and sometimes you trip over, but you learn by that. At the time, there were people coming out. You know, people were on.
Because everybody in the UK thought, right, let's get back out to Tenerife. Let's start again.
And as soon as we opened, they put the lockdown on again.
Yeah.
So I'll be perfectly honest with you, we haven't even thought about shutting. You know, it hasn't been great, but we've got, you know, what people don't see with Princess Dies, they see me and Joe front of it. We've got a fantastic team that works with us.
How big's your team, roughly? How many people have you got?
There's about 12 of us.
About 12 you do?
Yeah. So, and they, at the end of the day, they needed to work. You know, although they was on Erty and you know, they was all doing okay, but you need to bring people back and get them back into the swing of things, and that's what we've done. And
how have you found since you've opened in July? How have you? I mean, obviously we'll talk about this moment now in a second, but since July when you first opened, what was the reaction that you got?
It was great.
It was good.
You know, yeah, we were a show bar. We didn't cancel no acts. The acts went on, whether it was, you know, quiet.
Did your clientele change? Was it more like, did you get more residents coming in, or?
At the beginning, obviously there was holiday makers out there, so we was getting them for the first week, and it was good. But then, you know, you got the residents coming because you know we were open, we were putting shows on, you know.
Yeah.
Then they put the restrictions on, and that's when it sort of started slowing down again.
Is that when the terrace went from 80% down to?
Yeah. When they started doing restrictions, what we done, we closed inside completely. Inside was closed, so we worked on the terrace.
It's a big area to close.
Yeah. But we're fortunate we've got a big terrace.
Yeah, your terrace is massive.
And we've got the bar outside as well.
I'll be showing some pictures of that in a second. They normally come up. Everyone's impressed at this bit now because normally they start coming up now when we're talking, and we still carry on. But it looks amazing out there.
Yeah, it's you know, at the minute, it's when we close, it's all shut down. When like later on, well, not like later on in the week when we're open again, it looks great for the evening. So we've got the outside bar open. So we put shows on the terrace. You know, and it worked.
Yeah.
You know, completely worked. So we didn't have to worry about inside at all. It was. We're fortunate, but
as a show bar for tourists, and then the tourists have gone, and you're still getting the support from the residents that are coming through. That must make. I bet when you first thought of opening up, you thought, well, this mainly tourists. We got some regulars on holiday, maybe stuff like that. But to actually now get the residents coming back in here, that must. How does that make you feel from that?
We're overwhelmed with it, to be perfectly honest with you, because obviously we know how financially people, you know, were sort of thing. We thought the last thing the residents want to do is to come out. Yeah. But they actually did want to come out, and that's why we put the shows on and continued to do what we do best. You know, there's no point in it. If there's 4 people that want to see a show, they'll see a show. So, you know, that's how it is. But it was hard. There was financially it was devastating. But you got to look beyond that. You know, you got to go. You know, later on down the road.
I genuinely think you'll reap it back in leaps and bounds because
I hope so.
Again, just literally what I was saying before. If for people who know this area or don't know Tenerife, I mean, in my eyes, as you come down into Cristianos, Las Americas, I've got to say Las Americas. I keep getting told off for calling it Las Americas. I've been here 30 years. But you go to these different areas, normally one bar will stand out all the way through as you go through. And you know, in certain areas, like you've got the Veronicas, but then over here, you've got Princess Di's. Now, was the choice for you to keep the name? Did you think about changing it?
People said we should have maybe brought the Brewers group down.
Yeah, because that's an interesting one, yeah.
And I actually looked at sort of keeping the name if I could. But then it's been on that building for all them years, and it was only right to let it stay there.
Yeah.
The name Princess Di's, we knew it was quite well known before we took it on. It's that people used to talk about it and how it used to be.
Yeah.
Well, to get it back to how it used to be is quite hard, but we decided to keep it, and it's probably the best thing that we've done.
Oh, fantastic. So once again, we're back down in Princess Di's. We're actually closed. You're closed?
Yeah, we're closed. We're closed for 5 days.
We are on, it's the last day of November in 2020, hence the reason why, thank goodness, there's no Christmas decorations up here. You don't put your decks up until December. Are you a believer?
Yeah, they go up on Thursday. They're up before we open.
I've just seen 2 massive bags get dragged in there. Joe was directing where they're going to go to get them up. Is that your next job, Joe, getting your Christmas decks up?
Yeah, it takes a whole day, all 12 staff.
It takes a whole 12 staff, a whole day?
Yeah, from sort of 10 in the morning until 6, 7 o'clock at night.
10 in the morning till 6 at night, a whole day to put your decks up?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you want to borrow Shelley, by the way? Because Shelley's desperate to get some decks up.
You've not seen a place at Halloween, that takes 2 days.
I know, it's just ridiculous, man, what I've seen. Shelley's desperate to put some decks up, and I'm like, not putting it up in my house, so I'll do it from there. But you decided to close, okay?
Yeah.
What's the thought behind it? Is it maintenance work? What is it you've done there for?
Well, obviously, because, you know, although we haven't been really, really busy, the staff have been working really, really hard.
Uh-huh.
So we thought we'd give them 5 days off before, hopefully, the planes start landing again.
Because we're hoping December the 2nd, just after it, that they're going to start coming down.
Let's hope on that. So we thought we'll give them a couple of days off. We can decorate the pub with the Christmas decks, and we'll take them out for Christmas dinner and some drinks.
Yeah, I saw that online. There's a big Christmas party coming up. And
we just we're having it in our other bar, the Billy. So because there's not much open, so we've got a sort of, you can only have 6 to a table, so we're going to be split around a bar anyway, so it's not going to be like it normally is, but we can still take them out and still have a good day.
So in fact, the actual idea of closing the bar, which is, I mean, in the flip sense, it's not really necessarily of desperation. It's a question. It's a business decision to do it. Let's get it closed. Let's get it do the work that needs to be done, and then let's get it open and quick out the blocks again. Firing all cylinders for Christmas.
Yeah. It was to do that, and the diner next door that needed refurnishing, so we're painting. We're doing that today.
Yeah.
So once we open Thursday night, we'll be ready.
Back on again Thursday night? You got an act on Thursday night?
Yeah, we've got Mr. Sister Thursday night.
Mr. Sister on Thursday night as well?
He's on Thursday night.
Ah, fantastic, man. That's going to be great. What I wanted to touch on for you was talk also about the story about the Santas.
Right, yeah.
Right, you see, I know, just for people who might not be aware, over here every year they have a thing called the Tees, which is the Tenerife Entertainment Awards. It's been held up at Galdea Blanca in a castle, and it's a great day for all the entertainers to go out and to celebrate what they do. This year, obviously, it's not possible. Once again, Princess Di stepped up and they said, look, we're not going to touch on that. What we're going to do is we're going to do something which is a little bit silly, a bit funny, but have a nice day for the entertainers. They call it the Santas.
That's right.
I thought it was a brilliant idea.
Right, yeah.
And it's cancelled.
Yeah,
who came up with the idea of the Santas?
Well, it was Darren Clark. Darren Clark and Joe. He contacted Joe and said about Joe wanted to do something as well, sort of, because it's our favourite day.
Yeah,
Tees.
it's great, wasn't it?
I've
only done one,
and you see people you ain't seen for years. Sort of, every year you just bump into them.
Yeah.
And we knew it wasn't going to happen, so Darren Clark contacted Joe. The ball started rolling, and it happened. Was pretty quick, obviously Joe, she loves organising stuff.
Yeah.
Straight away, she's flat out organising this Santas to the point even sold out. The tickets sold out pretty much after sort of 2 or 3 days. It was done.
It was something for us that we were actually now looking forward to. Obviously, my girlfriend's an entertainer, and it was something everyone was looking forward to. Yeah. I know Darren Clark very well. He's got his foot up at the moment, dance with his bloody. Yeah. He's got a broken ankle, idiot. Yeah. But he was looking forward to getting sorted as well.
Yeah.
And then so you've got this thing sold out, ready to rock and roll, and it's had to be cancelled.
Yeah, 3 restrictions.
Is that all it was? The restrictions.
Just the restrictions. If they'd lifted what they call the red light over here, this week we could have done it. We knew they was going to talk about it on the 4th, and I said we've got a day. If they lift the red light, we've got 1 day to organise this.
Because the restrictions at the moment, as of the 30th of November, is you're only allowed 30% capacity in your bar, and you're only allowed 50% capacity on your terrace.
That's right.
That'll kill a lot of businesses.
If you look in the corner over there's like a furniture store.
Yeah, I'll take some photographs of that as well. It's just this furniture just piled up everywhere. Because how many would you think this place would normally hold on a good day?
This place licensed for 160 inside.
160 inside.
Inside.
Wow. Right, okay, so do the math, 30%, I don't know, quick, 4, 8, 12, 6.
You had 50, about 55, 60 tops.
Yeah, and then the outside, you've got your terrace as well.
The outside terrace, we're sitting probably, you can sit probably 150 out there.
Wow, and then that's 50%, that's 75.
75, so then they've got to be...
You've got to be 2 metres apart from each other.
It used to be 2 metres between tables, now it's 2 metres between chairs. It's just all... It just couldn't happen,
And how long have they? This was supposed to get lifted, but it's not. They've decided to carry the Spanish. The Spanish government and the Canadian government decided to carry this through. When's the next review it's going to be?
The 10th.
The 10th is when they're going to review it again.
Review it again.
So we've got the 2nd of December, the UK dropping its lockdown. Hopefully people come in. Yeah. But then you've got till the 10th. You've got to abide by these rules.
Yeah.
You've got so much red tape.
So much red tape. Because our opening hours are 3 a.m. That's our opening hours.
Till 3 a.m.
We're licensed to 5 a.m.
Oh my god!
But we only use 3 a.m.
Yeah.
So
I stopped them days when I was 18. they were gone for me now.
So then when they reduce it to 1 a.m.
Yes.
We can live with that. There's no problem. Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
But we can live with it. Then it come to 12. Then it was like, hold on a minute. This is getting really tight now.
This is encroaching now.
Then he brought it to 11.
Yeah.
So all we're doing now is just bringing... Well, we used to have 2 acts a night. Now it's 1 act a night. It used to be... First act used to be 10 o'clock, then midnight. Now we've got 1 act at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're just trying to get... It's really hard to get people in early.
Yeah.
Because what's happening is that the restaurants are trying to keep people in their restaurants.
Longer.
So you...
When you look at it, it's actually a whole ecosystem. And everyone's fighting for the same... Yeah, it's a net of fish, and you're fighting for the same clientele, and you understand what they're doing. They've got first dibs because people have to eat.
That's right.
And then from there, you've got to try and get them away from that. I didn't realise. The competitiveness of it must be incredible.
Oh yeah, like I say, it's pretty much dog eat dog.
Yeah.
Because there is a handful of people out there, and there ain't enough to go around.
What about? Just another thing to talk about is the size of Princess Di's.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily go under a parapet. No. So when it comes to local government or police and stuff like that, so therefore with the laws, you're not a little bar just around the corner in a backstreet alley. No. You are literally on the main area in Las Americas on the patch, where people will come to, and it's a successful bar as well. So how do you find at the moment with regards to the police? Do you get many visits? Are you getting much?
No,
or
we ended no visits at the end of the day. But at the end of the you've got to abide by the rules. As simple
well, I can clearly see. I mean, I'll put some pictures up. You are abiding by the social protocols, which is absolutely incredible.
And you have to, because it's this is a huge investment, and you don't want to trip yourself up.
Yeah.
That's just stupid. You can't go against government rules. We all want to.
Yeah.
But you can't. So
No.
and that's what's happening at the minute, and hopefully. The only problem I've got with the whole thing is that the government want all their money what they would normally get. That's my
still bringing in.
That's my big argument, and but I'm just a small pawn in a huge game.
I don't think you're that small, to be honest with you,
well,
Dave.
unfortunately, I still am. You look around, and I'm just in the government game. I'm just a small pawn.
So we've got ourselves now to present day.
Yeah.
We're going to open again on. You're opening again. We, as if I'm doing this. You're opening again on
Everyone.
Thursday. After Christmas decorations up, you're going to. So Christmas Princess Dies is going to be open on the Thursday night.
Thursday night, yeah.
Okay. What's the plans then for Christmas? How do you see it then? Let's say it's a massive aircraft. And this aircraft is going down the runway now. So how are you seeing it? You're going towards Christmas.
Well, obviously we've got to wait for what restrictions we're going to have over Christmas and New Year, because no one's ever mentioned that as yet.
No,
So,
not yet. No, nothing's actually. There's a lot of rumours have been going around.
Yeah.
I'll put a couple of rumours up at the moment of what they think it might be. You might have heard that about the curfew, extending it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'll put those up in a second. But how are you planning it?
Day to day at the minute.
Literally day to day?
Obviously our acts are with us all through the year, so we know that the acts are available to us.
Yeah.
And the acts the 11 acts will definitely go on, but it might be 9, it might be 10, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's, as far as Christmas Eve, Christmas night, New Year's Eve is the
big one.
Is the big one,
Yeah.
and I don't really want to be throwing people out just before 12 o'clock.
Yeah. Happy New Year. Get out.
We could,
And as they leave it like, Happy New Year.
we could have problems. But like I say, it's out of our control until they tell us. They need to tell us in advance as well. You just can't.
Are you finding that the information coming through is clear, or is it too late? Is it last minute? Is it?
It's very. If you're not on social media, you'll never know about it.
Yeah, that's the truth.
And that is the truth.
I was speaking to somebody the other day who's looking at flying back to the UK and didn't, because they weren't on social media, didn't even know about the QR codes that was needed, and that was incredible to think.
No, it's a lot of these people you pay, your Hester, you pay for every single month. They should be phoning you. They don't.
No.
They don't phone you. It's up to you to click around or word of mouth, and we're talking about big businesses here. You've got to worry about what's going on, who said something on Facebook. That doesn't happen in my world, realistically. But unfortunately, it's the only way.
Yeah.
And you could be very, turn your back on it and wait till they knock on your door, so you shouldn't be open. Say, well, I ain't got Facebook, I ain't got internet. What do I?
Yeah, unfortunately, they won't accept that as a valid excuse.
You know that, but like I say, until they tell us what we need to do, we can't plan nothing.
So you literally are taking it from day to day.
Yeah, although Joe plans everything's written down, and she brings it out on an hour. She can.
What this again on social media, as well as saying you're looking on social media, you guys play social media really, really well.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the promotional stuff that you do out there. It's very, very proactive.
Yeah.
Very proactive. Very positive. You had a charity do only just last week for a Rico Life Pause.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring Rolo down, or Shelley couldn't bring Rolo down, because I don't know if you know about Rolo. So we've got one of the rescue dogs from there.
Yeah.
But that was a very successful day as well. But it's nice to see. I mean, was it a reason, a positive attitude to go, look, we're going to be positive in the community. We're going to be active in the community, because active in the community is sometimes at a cost to yourself as well.
Oh, definitely, yeah. We've always done charity, always. Even the pubs back in the UK, we always helped people out,
Yeah.
And it wasn't to give us a good name, because that's irrelevant to us. And we've just brought it, when we come over here, we've done exactly the same thing. Last year we've done Bomberos, and we raised 10,000 euros for them.
Yeah.
And that
10,000 euros.
Yeah, and that was the weekend where we had the power cut.
Had
the power cut.
Yeah,
and we
remember
still
that.
done it. We still done it. It was everyone bringing acoustic guitars on. We were sitting outside.
We're having an acoustic session, MTV Unplugged.
But there again, the labels still come out, know, and you've got to whatever's in front of you, you've got to sort of, sort it out, sort of thing. And as far as the charity goes, we're always thinking of something, and it's just something that we like doing.
Brilliant.
It's just something we like doing.
Are we open Christmas Day?
Yes, we don't.
You're doing Christmas Day as well?
Yeah, we have Christmas night.
You're on Christmas night, right? Okay.
Yeah, we always have the staff around for dinner. Christmas Day.
Oh, that's lovely.
It's just something that we don't have anyone on their own. It's something that we've always done as well. So they come up to us. That's if I'm allowed this year.
Only 6 of you. Only 6 of the other 6. You're off to your mother-in-law's.
It might be a lottery. It might be a lottery at Christmas Eve.
Like the shortest straw. You'd be like that. What's he, Tim whatever from Oliver? We stood up. Please, sir, can I have some more outside? But it's so you're opening Christmas night, are you?
Yeah, Christmas night we open, and like I said, we not in normal terms we don't normally shut. We just keep going, sort of thing. It's a machine that if people are prepared to fly over here, then I've got to prepare to give them a night out. That's
a great attitude, by the way.
That's how it is, and even I don't do much as far as night times go. I do the daytime stuff, getting it ready for Joe and the crew, sort of thing. But it is what it is. People come along with them. They can't come about sharp.
No, I tell you what, guys, if you are in the UK and you are watching this and you're thinking about coming over to Tenerife, Princess Di's is here and Princess Di's is open. Well, it will be again on Thursday, but it'll be open better because the Christmas decks are up as well. I just wanted to say thank you very much. I know you've been so busy. You guys are really busy, and to get hold of these guys, it's took me about maybe a month and a half of backwards and forwards. I genuinely wish you all the success that you deserve, because the graft that you put into here, even coming down now, I just walked in, never really met Dean before, and he's repairing the stools outside, and it's just like, it just goes to show it's a hands-on. You guys.
It's there's always something to do. It is what it is. It ain't that glamorous.
Is there anything you want to say to your Princess Di's regulars, followers, people that come here, or anything like that?
I'd just like to thank them really for supporting us. In Brewers Group days, now Princess Di's days, and thanks for the support, and look forward to seeing you once all this mess is out of the way. And also like to thank the crew that's behind the team, sort of thing, which I don't see them all the time. But it's not just me and Joe. It's everybody. It is everybody that works for us.
Look at that. You've been given a mention. Look at you. See, that's what they think about you. That's what it comes down to. Joe, anything you want to say, darling? She won't come on camera. Anything you want to say?
No, I just want to thank everyone really for support, especially during lockdown as well.
Thank everyone for the support during lockdown.
People's messages were amazing. Kept us going.
The messages were good and kept everyone going.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear it, so I'm just repeating it from there as well. Listen, Joe, thank you very, very much. Dean, thank you very, very much. It's been a pleasure to have a chat with you. It really has. Have a Merry Christmas. I can't believe I'm saying it in November, but tomorrow, next time I come, the decks will be up. But thank you very much, guys. Cheers. Thank you.
Tenerife, adelante, nuestra noble tradición tienes que defender.